The most shocking story I have ever witnessed as a very, very young girl. So, hello, people, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Anne Igoche. For those of us who are returning subscribers, thank you. Thank you for just being here with me. And if you're just joining us for the first time, please do well to hit the subscribe button. And we will enjoy the whole goodies that God is doing here on this channel. So today I want to share with us a very, very, let me call it a very powerful story. I want to share it now, and my heart is kind of racing because I am still yet to tell myself that um, the story I heard many years ago, every time I think of it, I remember it, it will just be as if it just happened some seconds ago. You know that kind of story you hear, and then it becomes like a whole part of you. It becomes part of you. Like your waking up is part of you. What your waking up is part of you. That's the kind of story I want to share with us. So many years ago, as a very, very young girl, I would say very, very young. Of course, I'm still a very young, beautiful lady. Um, I think back then, while I was doing I don't know if I was in secondary school at the time, or I had just graduated from secondary school. We used to have this shop very, very close to my house, and every time I'm free, I wasn't doing anything, I would go to the shop. I would go to the shop just to help out the workers in the shop. And sometimes, you know how some workers can be very, very wonderful. Sometimes they may not show up, other times they may show up. And so on this particular day, I think for a while we did not have we didn't have workers in the shop again. And so I was the one that was going there. I was going there. I think they should be after my secondary school. Meanwhile, who likes my headgear? I love my headgear. So back to my story. So then there was no worker, we didn't have workers at the time, so I had to go there. I had to go there to just make sure that everything was in place, and things were running out smoothly. And so on this particular day, it's a salon, and you know, a salon now, women come in, go out, women come in and go out. So that's how busy the area is. A very busy place. that was how that's how busy the area can be. And so on that particular day, I can remember in the salon I was trying to attend to this lady who came in. That lady, when she came into the shop that particular day, what caught my attention was her appearance. I mean, you can just imagine that maybe just as a secondarian, when I saw her, there was just this thing inside my heart, like I was so interested. I just wanted to know this lady. I don't know why, but when I turned and I looked at her, like she's somebody that, you know, there are people you see at first sight, and then you have this thing for them, like your heart just goes for them. I mean, you love them immediately, just fall in love with them immediately. That was the very case of this um, lady. I'm sharing that story with us now. If you're a young girl, you are not married, please sit down. I encourage you and listen to this story. It's going to help us a lot. In fact, that's the reason why I'm sharing this story with us. If you're not yet married, please sit down and then listen to this story. It's really, really, really going to bless you. So that was how um she came in. She removed her slippers out. She removed her slippers out. Sometimes when they come into, some people remove their slippers outside, and then I'll be like, no, come in with your slippers. Sometimes come in with your slippers. There's no Sometimes we tell them come in with your slippers. Other times we just let the person be. I mean, let the slippers just be outside. Salon of those days with mostly carpet. carpet you see on the floor, and except it's one very, very big salon or so. So she came in. I mean, what when I saw her, why I was interested in her because it was that growing up as a child, I had a troubled face. Like my face was very, very troubled as a child. Troubled because I had acne, pimples all over my face. You know, little children. I remember at the time when a child wanted to describe, they asked him to come and call me, and then he was telling the person who sent him that is it that auntie that has that thing on her face. That was how this little child described that story for another day. Let's leave that for today's story. So so when I saw this lady, when I looked at her, wow, I saw that her face was very, 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 very small. So, you know how small a face can be, like a baby's bum. Baby's bum bum. That's how her face is. I mean, uniform, as in her color is so uniform, very, very clean, very, very clear. No dot, no dot. There was nothing, no dot at all. She was just looking like puff puff that they just fried, just 1 second fried puff puff. That's how smooth, how beautiful. For a lady, a lady to say that another lady is beautiful, just know that that person is beautiful, because it really does not come so easy with a woman telling another woman that is beautiful, unless God has really helped you out. Like he's helping Maya and you keep helping me. So, oh my God. I'm just enjoying this story because this particular story had made me pray a lot of prayers. I mean, there's this awakening in my spirit every time I will have to remember this story. So back to what I was saying, as she so so because of that, the way she was looking, she just caught my attention, and I fell in love with this beautiful woman. I was saying I fell in love with her. Like, how you just love somebody, like this is a sister. That's how it came for me. I saw her and I said, oh, this is sister. She's so beautiful. I love what I'm seeing about this lady. Earlier that day, I had seen her. She passed by. She was in a vehicle and passed, and the person I saw in the vehicle was a white man. So I don't know, just got to gist in the salon, and then she was telling me that she came with her friend. She came with she's that person who is so free. She was just gisting me, though I look so young and so small like that, but she just gisting me, just say, I came with my friend. He's a white man. He brought me here. He has a work, he has a job here. So we stay in the one of the hotels around, because there are hotels in that place. We stay in one of the hotels there. She was so free with me, loving me, maybe because I don't know, I think she's somebody who actually loves God. So maybe she heard me either praying in tongues or saying something, and then that also made her fall in love with me. So she was so relaxed that she could gist with me. But that used to be the normal case anyway. Every time women come into that salon, I know somehow they will just fall in love with me, and then we just get to start gisting and tell a lot. You know how a salon is now. Women, anytime we are making hair, that's the point where we can unfold everything, can tell a lot of story. That's where gossip 100% used to happen, and that's where you can actually learn a lot. Okay, so that was how gist got to gist. We was gisting. We kept gisting. So we kept gisting and gisting and gisting. This particular lady was just gisting me. She was just gisting me. She was just gisting. She was so free, gisting me. She would gist there, she gist here. I would be laughing. I enjoyed every moment while I was attending to her. She was just gisting, and then she was just talking and whatever. And the way she used to laugh, she would laugh. I am so certain that that girl is an Igbo girl, because the way her mother tongue kind of played out, and then her skin color very fair, smooth like butter. God, am I over exaggerating this? Not really, like I'm kind of over exaggerating this, but exactly that girl is beautiful. She's beautiful, and has a very, very free and sweet mind. So shortly in the middle of our discussion back then, telephone with handset just came out now. Just had a handset. So she picked her handset. Her phone rang, and then she picked her handset. When she picked her handset, as she picked her handset, and then she was talking on the phone. The conversation was going on. I saw that she kind of pulled my hand off her head, and she was so restless. She changed her position, and then she was talking, and she was crying, sobbing. She was crying. She was not. She couldn't talk. She would want to say something, and then she started sobbing. She was sobbing. She was crying. She was fighting. If you looked at the way this girl was crying, you'll be moved to tears. She kept crying. This lady kept crying. She kept crying. And when the conversation was over from the phone, I sat down. I just sat down by the chair right hand, just allowed her to finish all the conversation. Then she was done because she was speaking. I remember now, she was speaking Igbo. She was speaking Igbo to the person on the other side. And then she dropped her call. When she dropped her call immediately. She was still crying. She was still sobbing. I was kind of telling her, please rest, rest, rest. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Need to do something. Yeah. And then she was kind of, she took her time to, it took her time to rest. It took her time to rest. After she had rested, I was able to calm her down, and then she started talking. She started out muttering some words like small, small. She was, ah, and I understood that moment. And I also calmed down because at this time I was so curious to know what can make somebody cry. She didn't know that she's not in the privacy of her home, and she just calmed down, and then she started talking. She said, the person I just spoke with now is my friend. I said, okay. She said she is my friend. We've been friends for a very long time. We've been friends for a long while now. And one day she lost her job. When she lost her job, that she called that her friend that lost her job, and because things were tough for that her friend, things were really tough, things were really bad for her, and things were not moving. So she felt like, we are friends now, and I live in one house in a home. They were staying in Lagos because I remember she mentioning Lagos at that time. And okay, that she thought to herself, what are friends for? Let me at least bring in this lady to help her for the time being. So she went for this lady, and then she went for for this her friend. When she went to, she said she sent for her friend. When she sent for her, sent to that, come and stay with me. Come, I think this the like the lady that her friend was staying in another state. So she told her, come to Lagos now. Come, whatever we have. If I have akpu in the morning, go chop up, all of us go clean face, come out. I mean, come, let's hustle. You know how friends can carry, real friends can really shoulder responsibility of another friend. And so she did this to this her friend, and the friend came to stay with her. As the friend was staying with her, she got something for her. Then the friend was managing in the morning. All of them will go out, and all. She said they were so close that there's virtually nothing that they hide from each other. They could tell anything. No, I mean, if I have a friend as I have a female friend, you know what we just about now. We can tell about all the relationship you have been into, who is in who is in who is in line right now, what happened to you, especially that if both of you have seen for a very long time, you want to gist all the whole gist, like everything, you want to say it at once, spill it. I don't know about you, but for me, that somebody is my friend and very, very close to me, everything that has happened, but all of them, I will join everything together and gist. So that was how she brought this her friend, and then she was gisting her friend about her male friends, who is in line, whatever. How that she used to meet. God is helping her. She's meeting her. She's trusting. Then she was trusting God to be married. She wasn't a baby at that time. She's not so small like that time. So trusting God that she will be married. At that time, both of them, they are like in the same age, you need their age range, and they are all trusting God that they will be married. So that was how this her friend That was how this her friend. Then she came when she came to Lagos, came to her place. She was managing something in the morning. They will all go out together. They will go out and then come back in the evening. Nobody was actually having time, but she comes back in the evening. And so she saw that she just said her friend about her, all the men in her life, like free now. Once in a while we talk about her. Her friend will say, hey, if a man, if na me get this kind of person now, if na this kind of person come my life, now how my life don't better, oh, like, I mean, whatever. So that kind of whatever. So she said one day, according to her, she said one day that there's this particular slippers that she loved her slippers so much, and all of them when they are going to bed in the night, all of them they leave their slippers outside. Sometimes because the lady looks so nice, like the way she is. She said sometimes they used to be like three, four. They sleep inside her house. Her friends will sleep inside. Those that will come just pass the night, leave and all of that. Most of the time they leave their slippers outside. So one time like that, she was looking for this her particular slip. She woke up one morning to go out and then she was looking for this her particular slippers. All of them look for this particular slippers and they couldn't find the slippers. What happened? They look for this particular slippers, so look for the particular slippers, they can't find it, but these slippers. You see her, go informer, yourself, you too like the slippers, go wear another one, where you they go. It's not just, she says it's just a normal slippers, so normal slippers. The normal slippers, it's not just like a footwear that she even takes, that if she's going for somewhere very important, she wouldn't dare wear that slippers outside. Just this one is just a very normal one. So she wore this. So they looked for the slippers, look for the slippers, look for slippers for where they don't see slippers. This a particular friend I'm talking to you that spoke to her or spoke to her, and on that this Saturday was also looking for slippers. They all look for slippers together. Nobody could find the slipper. So she said that she not say till today I couldn't find out my slippers. I don't know where my slippers went to. So the lady that called her, this is what she was telling her on the phone. She called her, the lady that called her, that her friend that called her. This said friend that I've just explained to you um that she accommodated in her house. She was the one that called her. So she was telling the friend that Ifoma, I am sorry, Ifoma, forgive me. Ifoma, if you don't forgive me, I am dying today. Ifoma, you don't forgive me, I am dying today. Ifoma, if you don't forgive me, I'm dying today. Ifoma, I'm the cause of everything. In my very koro like this, in my very presence. If Oma, you don't forgive me like this, I am dying today. If Oma, forgive me. If Oma, I've done you bad. If Oma, I've done you bad. If Oma, it is me, everything, it is me. If Oma, I know you did not do me bad. If Oma, na me they do. And if Oma, forgive me. If Oma, she will shout. She was shouting me. She was shouting me. While the informer that was with me in the salon was telling her that, what is it? Calm down. Talk to me. What is your issue? How do you want me to come? Poor girl. Do you want me to come? Do you need help? What is the problem? Should I send anybody to you? She was busy calming them. She didn't know that the person that she was being genuine with is the same person who has been very strategic with her negatively, chopping her and killing and chopping her. Oh God, at this junction, even me, I am feeling like I should stop the story because what I'm about to say aches me. And that day I cried. Mm, I remember crying. I remember crying, and I remember that day was a very sad day for me, as much as it was a sad day for this girl. What happened? The friend now told her that the slippers that was missing from the house, she was actually the person who picked the slippers and took the slippers to do charm. She said she took the slippers to one herbalist, and they told the herbalist that the herbalist should do charm so that no man will see her and be interested in her again. And even if they will see herself, they should not agree to marry her. What a friend can do. What a friend, I mean a friend that you accommodated, you're feeding, Properly she clothed her, gave her transport the time she was with her. This is what she got paid for with. This is what she was paid with. She said she did the charm so that nobody, no man will see her and like her. And if they like herself, they promise her money, the marriage should keep breaking. If Mama started crying, because as if Mama was narrating, from Mama was telling me that in fact the way that God even used to do it is white men that will be coming to her for her hand in marriage. She said the last one that happened, they have finished doing everything for them to go and marry, for the man to go and pay their bride price. That the day to paying of the bride price, the man just changed he's changed his mind, that she didn't know what happened, that she was confused. She just said, okay, since it didn't work, it didn't work. And she said that's how, since they did this girl entered the house, that's how relationships never worked in her hand. Anyone that will come, they say they were big men, great men like this, wonderful people. But as soon as they just talk marriage like this, as they talk the marriage today like this, tomorrow you will not see it again. That's how they keep disappearing. She didn't know as it was happening to her. She was telling her friend who was with her. People, people, dear ladies, dear ladies, dear ladies, be careful of strategic people. There are people you are strategic with. There are people that are strategic with you, and you are just innocently genuine with them. You know that rat, there's this rat they describe in my place, that when that rat is biting you, to be blowing you air, and that you will not feel the pain until the damage is done. These are the people that are strategic people. Strategic people. Now the lady called begging her to forgive her, that she was under fire, that day she was going to die. They told her that she was going to run mad if she dare do this girl anything again. I think she went for another round of to go and do another charm before heaven arrested her. I mean, when I listened to the voice, oh God, when I listened to the story, my prayer was, oh God, anybody in and around my life, that is strategic with me, negatively strategic with me, and I'm just being innocently genuine with them without me. Oh God, expose them. Separate me and them like the heaven is up. The heaven is far from the earth, and they can never come together. That became my prayer. God, if you have listened to this story this far, be careful of the people you let into your space. Be careful. Be careful. Somebody asked a question that how come that she didn't notice any change since all these things were happening to her? How would you? Why would you notice when you have been to this? Both of you have been friends, probably maybe from secondary school, from primary school. You've been friends for a very, very long time, and just suddenly, you wouldn't think it. You wouldn't. You wouldn't. You have enjoyed this. This is a true life story. I was present. I know the person involved. I heard her tears. I held her. We cried together. As a child, I didn't know so much. I held her. We cried together. She came and she didn't finish the hair that day. She left. And I never saw her again. But I want to believe God that sins are 100% okay, because she would have learned a lifetime lesson. Stories that we hear from far, far places. I used to hear this kind of story from far, far places. I never knew that I would be a life witness to one. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do well to subscribe to my channel. Like, comment, share this story so that somebody somewhere can be delivered, and, and be liberated, because things are happening. God bless you. I love you. My name is Remain Annie Goche, and you are on my YouTube channel. Please don't forget to subscribe. I love you and God